What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. As always, before I get into the subject matter at hand, I want to remind you guys that if you want to donate to this channel, you want to show love to Too Raw for TV, I put a link in the description box where you can donate if you choose to. All right. Now, let's talk about Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Of course, the series is tied at 1 game apiece. The scene shifts from Toronto to Oakland. And Game 3, you would think that the prohibitive favorites, the overwhelming favorites, would be the Golden State Warriors. They have had a very good home record throughout their championship run. They are the two-time defending world champions. They've won 3 world titles in the last 4 years, going for their 4th in 5 years. To me, to be a dynasty, some people already consider them a dynasty. In my opinion, to be a dynasty, you have to win 4 titles in a decade. And at least, it helps to have at least one back-to-back, at least in some stanza in that decade. Like, to me, the Spurs are never a dynasty because in the 2000s, they won 3 titles, and it was never consecutive, 2003, 2005, and 2007. Whereas the Lakers won in 2000, 2001, and 2002. They three-peated. Then they won in 2009. If you want to include 2010 being part of the decade, they won back-to-back, and then back earlier. So that's 5 titles in a decade. If you want to be technical about it, 4 if you don't want to include their last championship run. Magic and the Lakers, they won of course, in 80, which half the year technically was in the 70s, but they won in 80. They won in 82. All right, they won in 85. And then the back-to-back in 87 and 88. They were the team of the 80s. Jordan's Bulls were the team of the 90s. There really wasn't a team of the 70s because they're probably the decade with the greatest amount of parity in the NBA. If you were a basketball fan, it was more fun to watch the game back then, even though the NBA was probably as least popular because of the lack of stars after Russell and Chamberlain and all those guys retired. But you had stars, but you know what I mean. But the only team I can think of that won more than one title in that decade, I believe, was the Celtics and the Knicks. The Celtics and the Knicks, I think, the only team to win more than one titles. Everybody else was, But anyway, I'm getting way off point here. Way off point. I could do that. When you're a history guy, sometimes you could just go and the Ming Dynasty. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, man. I don't know. But anyway, the Warriors are not the favorites to win this game because not only is Kevin Durant ruled out for this game, and I'm really starting to wonder just how bad that injury was with Kevin Durant. That injury happened during the Rockets series. I think it was game 5 of that series? But anyway, not only is Kevin Durant not going to play, Kevon Looney, is out for the playoffs. Iggy is sort of gimpy. And now Klay Thompson, he hasn't been ruled out, but I think it's probable he won't play. He might play, but I think it's probable he won't play. So if you don't have Klay Thompson out there, that really puts a lot of pressure on Steph Curry to be in a position he's not accustomed to. And if you're the Raptors, if you don't win this game, then in my opinion, you don't deserve to win this series. You're not going to win this series. Because if you can't seize upon this opportunity to beat the Warriors in this rare situation where they've caught the injury bug, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Pistons in '89. If they couldn't beat the Lakers without Magic and Byron Scott, then they didn't deserve to win a title. Of course, they wanted to sweep the Lakers in that series. This is a different situation. But if you can't seize upon this opportunity, then you don't deserve to win a championship. Steph Curry is going to have to put up at least in this situation. He's going to have the mentality, and I agree with this point that Nick Wright said on this social situation. He's going to have to have the mentality that LeBron James had in 2015 when he took 33 shots a game. His efficiency was poor. I think he only shot 39% from the floor, which kind of bothers me. I don't like inefficiency, but I understand he had no choice. But his efficiency is going to go down. But he has to take 30 plus shots tonight. That's not the type of game that he's accustomed to playing, but he's going to have to do that in order for the Warriors to have any shot. He's also probably going to have at least some type of success in scoring in bunches, because then the defense, you're going to have to take advantage of when the defense does start to load up on you, and you can get some other guys some quality wide open looks. I haven't said all that for the Warriors. Kawhi Leonard, I'm talking to you. I know that none of this Jordan shit is your fault. This is a media created hype job. They always do this with every guy that plays well. Every fucking player who plays well, who's a non-center, and who's at least 6'8" and under, he always gets the Michael Jordan comparisons. It's ridiculous. Okay, you know. I do, and I said in the video before the media started hopping on this. There's certain aspects of Kawhi's game that reminds you of Michael a little bit. But he's not Michael Jordan. But I will say this. Michael Jordan, in this situation, where he would smell blood in the water like this, he would pounce on this team. He would take advantage of every little advantage that he could find. And if this was Michael Jordan, prime Michael Jordan, not late 90s Jordan, but prime Jordan, the first championship run, even the later Jordan would have done it too. But when he was in his athletic prime, Jordan probably will be dropping 50 points tonight, or at least 45 points tonight. All right. You gotta take advantage of this situation, man. Kawhi has to be more efficient. I like the fact that Kawhi said, "Look, if I'm out there on the court, I'm 100%." I like that mentality. I don't like when players use injury as excuse for not playing well, because if you suited up to play, all right, then apparently you felt that you could help your team win. I don't like when people make injury excuses for guys. I don't like it. I can't stand. I hate it when, oh, well, LeBron's hand. No, he suited up to fucking play. All right, you can't throw the ball off the back. You can't throw the ball off the backboard and do these goddamn in game, slam dunk type dunks, and then cry about you hurt your hand. I mean, no, you scored 51 points in the first game of the finals last year. Now all of a sudden, when you guys lose, you average a triple double, but you say, "Oh, I'm hurt." I can't say it. That's pussy shit to me, man. But I like the fact that Kawhi said, "Look, I'm 100% out there." Perhaps this rest of a couple of days will help him out physically. I think I saw something where I think there's some issue with his knee. Um, Hopefully he uh, is a little bit more lively out there, especially on the defensive end. Kawhi Leonard is one of the best defensive players I've seen in a long time. A two-time Defensive Player of the Year winner, I believe. Not only is he a great on-ball defender, he's also a great team defender and a great help defender. You know what I'm saying? You usually don't see all of that in one guy, but he is like that. He's a total dog, but he's going to have to be more efficient. And Pascal Siakam has to play better than what he played in the last game. Marc Gasol needs to be more consistent offensively. Um, but you got to take advantage of certain things, man. They got to make Steph Curry play defense tonight, man. You got to wear this guy out, man. You got to wear stuff. You can't make it easy on him, man. You can't. You got to take away those legs, man. You know what I'm saying? Make him work on defense. The Raptors. This is presented upon you on a silver platter. this game. If you can't win this game, like I said, you guys don't deserve to win a championship. If you can't, championship teams look at this situation. I don't care. Look, people gonna let's just say the quote unquote basketball gods are looking upon the Raptors. And people years from now, if the Raptors do win the championship, but they only did it because of so and so. Well, look, that happens. That happens. Like I referenced before, the '89 Lakers were 11-0. They were 11-0 in that playoffs. They looked unbeatable. The Magic and Byron Scott both go down in game one. Well, I think Byron Scott before game one, the Magic got injured in game one. Lost for the series. They got swept. But if I remember correctly, the spread of those games weren't really that bad. So you have to imagine if Magic and Byron Scott were playing, that the Lakers probably would have won that series. And then if they had won that series, then Magic's legacy could be potentially different. Magic would have 6 championships, and maybe how many Finals MVPs do you have? 3? I think he had 3, I think. Or was it 2? I think it was 3. Yeah, I think it was 3 because I think in '88 Worthy won it, and I think in '85 Kareem won it. But let's just say he would have 4 Final MVPs, 6 championships. You know what I'm saying? Injuries happen. Injuries have changed the trajectory of series. You know, so you can't you can't take anything away from the Raptors just because injuries happen. It's an unfortunate time for it to happen, but let's also not forget that the Warriors have been beneficiaries of playing teams that caught the injury bug at the wrong time. We've seen this before. So, look, if the Golden State Warriors were to somehow lose this series, then they've come full circle. All right? There have been many times where they've been beneficiaries of playing teams that were weakened by injury or what have you. So that's pretty much all I got to say, man. If the Raptors can't win this game, then the Warriors are going to win the championship. All right? My prediction is the Warriors are going to win this game. They're going to win game 4. Toronto's going to win game 5. And then game 6, Golden State are going to win at home. But now that you got this Klay Thompson situation, out there, then you don't know. But I think Curry's going to need some help now. He's definitely going to need some other guys to knock down some shots. Cousins is going to have to give out more than what he's been giving. Draymond's going to have to produce more offensively. Curry, though, is the main shot creator and shot taker. And he's going to have to take at least, like I said, 30 shots tonight. So we'll see, man. This should be an interesting game, man. And I think this game right here, usually game 5 is a critical game, but I think in this series, this game is more critical because after this game, Klay Thompson comes back, and then potentially, maybe game 5, from what I'm hearing, Durant might come back. Might at the earliest, from what I'm seeing. So if you start getting these guys back, then if you're the Raptors, you look back, damn, they lost this winnable game. Now the odds are stacked against you because if you win this game, damn, all you got to do is at least win game 5 and game 7. Then you still have a shot. You lose this game, you're going to still have to win more on the road with these other guys coming back. So that's all I'm saying in that one, man. But tell me what you guys think, man.